It's that time of year again. Time for League of Legends fans to give Dota 2 a shot. The International is one of the biggest, most exciting tournaments in esports. Oh, and its prize pool is one of the largest in all sports at $23 million. Here's everything a curious League fan needs to know. League and Dota are both MOBAs, but it can still be pretty confusing to try to watch a game of Dota if you've never played it. Some things are pretty similar, but there are a ton of differences too. League fans will notice something from the very beginning. There are no runes or masteries in Dota, and that means a very large portion of the pregame in League doesn't exist in Dota at all. There aren't any summoner spells either. Dota places a much heavier emphasis on item active abilities. In League, there is Zhonya's Redemption, Righteous Glory, and so on. Dota has a ton more, and some of them may seem pretty OP by League standards. The Blink Dagger gives its wielder the equivalent of Flash from League, and the mechanism heals in a large AoE field around the wielder, a lot like League's heal, but with some extra spice. The differences in items don't stop there though. In League, you have to go back to base to buy items. In Dota, a courier will deliver items to you anywhere on the map. The courier can be killed by the enemy, but it's still very convenient. Dota's also a bit more complicated when it comes to farming minions. Not only can you kill the enemy's minions for gold and experience, but you can also kill your own team's minions just so your enemies can't. And then there's turning. Heroes in Dota don't turn around instantly like they do in League. Each hero in Dota has to physically turn, and the speed of the turn, called turn rate, has to be calculated before engaging in fights. Some heroes turn more slowly than others, and there are even some items that slow a hero's turn rate down more. That's a lot of differences, but the games are still really similar. Dota 2 allows players to teleport back to their base and across the map. Instead of having a built-in recall on the summoner teleport, players are able to purchase an item called Town Portal Scroll, which allows them to teleport to any remaining friendly structures on the map. You can also upgrade your hero's boots to an item called the Boots of Travel. These work exactly like a TP scroll, but have infinite uses. Dota's map is also identical to Summoner's Rift. It has 3 lanes and a jungle, as well as a river that connects the 3 lanes. Then there's Roshan, equivalent to Baron Nashor. But while Nashor grants a buff to the team that brings him down, Roshan drops an item called the Aegis of the Immortal. One player on the team can pick it up. It grants an extra life, bringing them back with full HP and mana. After being killed twice, however, Roshan drops an extra item called Cheese, which brings a player back to full HP. In League, inhibitors respawn after 5 minutes. That gives teams that have their structures destroyed a chance to come back. But in Dota, the barracks stay down permanently. That means the lane will spawn super creeps for the rest of the game. So in Dota, you better make sure to protect your buildings. Okay, so those are some Dota basics. But what about the tournament itself? Well, now is the time to tune in. The group stage has just concluded, and this is where things get truly exciting. 16 teams are left. Each match in the lower bracket will decide whether a team walks home or advances one step closer to the biggest payday in esports history. Here's a quick intro to the tournament. The prize pool is really big. Yeah, $23 million. 10.2 million of that will go to the winner, making everyone on that team instant millionaires. For comparison, League of Legends World Championships gave away a little more than $5 million last year. Though to be fair, League's tournament and pay structure is completely different from Dota 2, and this year, Worlds will also have a crowd-funded element. One of the biggest storylines this year, there is no defending champion. Last year's champions, Wings Gaming, disbanded, and its second place finishers didn't make it through qualification. This means the door is wide open for seasoned veterans or hungry newcomers to claim the Aegis of Champions. The battle between East and West is a main storyline every year, but unlike in League, the dominant country in Dota is China, not Korea. And this year, Southeast Asian teams like TNC and Fnatic are good enough to make a serious challenge. That should make this year's International even more exciting. Talented teams from around the world have a real chance at a deep run.